It is a gorgeous, partly sunny late May morning in downtown Hastings. This is the exact kind of Friday that practically begs you to run errands on foot, take a long walk through Levee Park, or just go stare at the Mississippi River for a while. The day starts calm and incredibly comfortable. As we move into the afternoon, that temperature is going to climb up into the mid-80s, topping out right around 86 degrees, helped along by a gentle 5-mile-per-hour breeze blowing in from the southeast. If you are heading out early, you will want light layers, but you can confidently plan on short sleeves by lunchtime, and definitely grab your sunglasses on the way out the door. On paper, the physical conditions look perfectly suited for spending your entire day outside. But there is an invisible atmospheric factor moving in that requires a bit of strategy if you are planning a big afternoon. This chart shows exactly what we are dealing with, an air quality alert for ozone pollution. You can see the levels start low, but they cross into the high alert threshold right at noon, and they stay elevated until 9 p.m. tonight. If you are in a sensitive group, you need to look at these green, safe zones in the early morning and late evening. That is when you should schedule your longer runs, heavy yard work, or any serious outdoor exertion. For everyone else looking to enjoy a casual afternoon out, say grabbing a table on a downtown patio, you are good to go. Just make sure you hydrate heavily while you sit out there. Navigating today successfully comes down to balancing that understandable desire to soak up the warmth with a healthy respect for the environmental limits of our local atmosphere. If we step back from modern Hastings, this exact date holds a major piece of industrial history. We are looking at 1930s St. Paul, Minnesota. On May 29, 1930, a local inventor named Richard G. Drew secured a patent for 3M. His invention was a transparent cellophane tape. Drew didn't start out trying to invent something for the office desk. He actually developed it after spending time observing the auto manufacturing industry and trying to create a better masking tape for two-tone car painting. That highly specific industrial solution soon evolved into Scotch Tape. It grew from a small local patent to a globally ubiquitous product found in nearly every home and office on the planet. It proves a reliable historical pattern. Worldwide impacts rarely start as grand global schemes. They usually begin with someone trying to solve a highly practical, localized problem right in their own backyard. On this exact date in 1953, the human race pushed its physical boundaries in a vastly different environment, the extreme, freezing altitude of the Himalayas. While we are managing heavy, warm ozone pollution in Minnesota today, the challenge on the mountain was the exact opposite. An atmosphere with air so brutally thin and freezing it could barely support human life. Against those conditions, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay became the first confirmed summit team to successfully reach the top of Mount Everest. Their success carried massive psychological weight for the entire world. They had physically conquered a point on Earth that humanity had long agreed was completely impossible to reach. When humans intentionally push themselves into the most hostile environments on the planet and survive, they completely redefine the limits of what our species considers possible. 40 years earlier, on May 29, 1913, the boundary being shattered wasn't physical. The setting was a busy street in Paris. Inside a local theater, composer Igor Stravinsky premiered his new ballet, The Rite of Spring. Stravinsky was experimenting with a concept called musical modernism. Instead of smooth, predictable melodies, he assaulted the audience with forceful, irregular rhythms and intense, intentional dissonance, notes that clash and create tension. The performance was loud and completely alien compared to traditional classical music of the era. The dancers, moving erratically in heavy patterned costumes, only added to the severe visual and auditory shock experienced by the crowd. Whether you are engineering industrial adhesives, scaling a deadly peak, or writing jarring pieces of music, true historical milestones always require disrupting the comfortable, accepted atmosphere of the time. Those grand historical disruptions eventually fade, leaving us right back here in the impending Friday evening of modern Hastings. As the sun sets, the skies will turn mostly cloudy, and we will see a mild temperature drop down to a very comfortable 59 degrees. Honestly, today's forecast is like a polite neighbor, Calm in the morning, warm by lunch, and just breezy enough to wave hello across the bridge. It is a quiet, local progression that stands in sharp contrast to the massive, loud, and world-shaking events that share this exact square on the calendar. Because local conditions can pivot rapidly, make sure to check official alerts before finalizing your weekend outdoor plans. Knowing the history behind the date elevates a simple weather update into a deeper connection with the world around us. If this helped you map out your day, share this Hastings Now Digest with a neighbor and enjoy your Friday.